Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm going to be doing some more analysis of public games today. We've got a random 60-player game here on the Montreal map, so I'm not totally familiar with all the metas on this map, but I definitely favor the type of north area where all the green land is. I think you could find an interesting niche, like actually if I was going for a niche spawn, I'd consider down here where Volan actually spawned. I actually kind of like that. I think he might be able to get a big pocket and do okay, because he's not going to be outscaled by someone with like a ton of green land next to him. Like that's one of the things I kind of wonder, like if you're choosing this type of highland area right next to the green people, if you are like 15% behind, it might be a bit of an issue. So let's speed this up, see how people get out of the early games. We see some people doing some boat strats here. I think that's actually a pretty good strat that I should probably explore more, because it can kind of give you like a bigger pocket, so to speak. Even if you have like kind of a weird area, if you boat in the right areas, it can be good. Then again, it's not really paying off. And you actually see that people like Exit here, people like Jewel, they're at the top of the leaderboard because they get really big pockets. The only problem with someone like Jewel is he's just right in the middle of areas of like all these people, and he's not going to have really good expansion prospects. Looks like we didn't see a split here with Exit. If you don't know, Yabba Dabba, if he didn't have an ally with Exit, he might have been able to split off part of his territory. So we're going to need to see a little bit more. I don't think Volan is being super efficient, and also the fact there's a nation here, and it's probably only going to have a border on him, that spawn's actually probably pretty bad because, oh, well, it has two borders, it looks like, so it's actually not as bad. But he really needed to pick up the pace. So really just a bunch of nonsense, people spawning, doing their thing. And let's start looking at kind of initial stages. We see the nation go down. Betrayer is trying to do this exploiter strategy, which I'm not going to highlight. But it is effective, but I don't think that's something people should be doing in the game. Right here, Betrayal at this point. This is a terrible decision because, like, I think most of us know that if you betray, you typically get pushed. I actually have no idea. Okay, there we go. We finally see a push here. This guy in brown right here, he really needs to be better about his troop management. It's actually, like, really bad. And all these early betrayals, I do not like them at all. I think this is interesting to see this, and all these people really need a tutorial. Like, this Locri guy, this Italian guy, he should just boat in here. But if you're betraying like this at this point in the game, you're just kind of asking to be pushed by everyone, which is absolutely crazy. I think most of us know, this is one of the things I didn't cover in my most recent tutorial. If you leave the game and you have an alliance with someone, you can push this. So this is all free land. That's good that people are taking it. Looks like we finally have our first person coming out of this, and they're interestingly in the south. That is definitely noted. They're actually right next to a nation, too, which can give them a little bit more of an advantage there. So it's interesting they're coming out of here. I wonder if they just had, like, more space or something like that. When we have a subscriber game to focus on, I think that'll be a bit more fun. But if I was him, I mean, his kind of strategy is just kind of the classic open front thing. You ally most people, and you wait for timings to basically clear people one by one. The thing I would say with kind of his game, which I don't think he's necessarily going to win, he wants to clear people that you can hopefully take their whole base, like Vince No Limit. I wouldn't be as keen on him just because of, like, he has multiple areas and probably some more mountains, too. Again, we see these betrayals at these weird times that, like, if you watch the tournament plays, like, I don't get what Madionasa was doing. You're always going to be pushed right by those people below you, by you in peace. Like, that's the thing. Like, in tournaments, betrayal is really rare, and it has to be really well-timed for people to be okay. Game is definitely not a snowball, but it's interesting that, well, one, this guy's in third place, Titanium. He's going to be an interesting player, but a lot of the really strong players are in the south, and that might actually be a little bit of an indication on the map that maybe there was a little bit more pop density up here. We got kind of cheater mitochondria stuff. This will probably mean a lot of gold. One of the things I was wondering with this map is, given there's all the rivers, and oh my god, there's a betrayal right here. That could be really hard punished. I don't know why Kamzi isn't punishing that. I definitely would have thought about it. I mean, he had a lot out in that attack, but that is a lot of good-looking land. The fact that he's getting away with that is kind of crazy. So we see New Crown right here in the middle. Maybe Come in Peace needed to make more progress. I mean, they could go take out this guy, like, really easily once the alliance expires. So we're starting to get some more kind of clarity on bigger players, but there's by no means like a definitive leader. Titone right here, I mean, his idea of like potentially going down to this part of the map and slowly clearing people is good. I also like the Jack Sparrow name. So still probably just one-shotting people is what Exit's doing. I guess he has Ottoman flag, and he's got pretty good factory stuff. So it wouldn't surprise me if we see kind of a classic version 27 Stalemate game. He's getting up some factories, or some SAM sites here too, so that's interesting. He wants to protect this cluster, because if that cluster goes down, that's going to be a problem. I'm actually going to turn up the speed a little bit, because there's not really that much happening. So let's zoom out, let's see about this. We see some fights right here. Cage has a massive push on Mordecus. Defense posts are good, he can put up more. I kind of have this feeling that this type of mitochondria stuff, like this is the type of thing I don't really like in these games. Because, like, I can understand why you might work with this person, but it does feel a little bit troll in some ways. It's probably because I have been basically attacked by a mitochondria cluster, which, you know, could it be cheating? I don't know. Oh, but our crown is going down. I don't know what he was doing. He just kind of sat there, and this is actually a big, big point in the game. So Titone, doing good, clearing small people over here. This guy needs to defense post. I guess he didn't get enough gold, and once your base starts going down like this, it's probably already over. It wouldn't surprise me if this guy already left. So with map dynamics, we're going to have Titone in the south, who's going to be a big force. He's not in contact with the crown. Oh, man. I don't know what the hell happened here, but something went wrong. Something went very badly wrong. And I didn't see a betrayal, so I guess, like, maybe partially bad timing when you're getting rid of alliances. And Cage right here, who dealt with the kind of mitochondria bullshit corner, that's happening. How's everyone else looking with gold? Exit's actually just off the charts with gold. So, I mean, everyone needs to be really worried. But at the same time, oh, we got a betrayal here. Any betrayal at this point with this many big players, you're just cooked. Exit's actually in a really interesting position this game to see how he's going to try to finish it. Because I don't think he can win the game before Petrov gets to Merv. So we're going to have to see probably like a stalled game in some ways. I mean, his plan should be, he just actually got hit by a Hydra by someone, that he keeps on trying to like one-tap whoever he can. And I mean, this guy, Petrov, he's got a lot. Exit, if I was him, I'd be very, very worried about a one-shot whenever this alliance expires. Because he's getting hit by some Hydras by some people. I don't know who it is that's like technically hitting him. If it's this Vincenzo Limit guy or something like that. But the kind of interesting question, because he hasn't invested, oh man, here's a betrayal here. This is going to go down. He hasn't invested in that many cities. He's just kind of sitting on a Merv. So he clears one of the mitochondria in the north. That's going to give him a bonus. Petrov looks really, really good. He looks really strong, but Merv can kind of change all this. And it's interesting how Exit has this much, and I guess it's just all the networks he's plugged into. So I'm kind of wondering if it is going to be stalled, but the thing is, Petrov still has the initiative to do a lot. The thing with him, I would just mainly be concerned about like when the Merv timer expires, and I hate this choice. I hate the idea of putting up SAMs right here, because it's literally right on the border, and if you notice like how many troops this guy has, your main threat is not necessarily like that he's gonna Hydra you, it's that he's gonna click on you and take your entire base. So I think we're kind of seeing potential some slowness in the game that might come back to bite him. Still, if Petrov pushes him, he could be up Schitt's Creek. And I think a good play or something to kind of consider if I was in his position is kind of these like Rex plays of like, you're gonna ally one person or you're gonna Merv one person and then full send the other. I think with Titone here, like if it was me, I would be considering, because he doesn't have enough for Merv, the kind of prospect of if you put up a bunch of missile silos here, if you do betray or when the alliance expires, you're going to try to like full send this guy, you might be able to defend with just Hydros. But all these other people, I mean, I would be trying to clear them because I would want to make progress. But I almost wonder if on this balance, like you see Exit is really, really vulnerable to like a max speed push. The only challenge is this would be like a really big risk because it's kind of like if Petrov's going to push him and he's going to betray, he probably will lose all his trade partners. He'll be pushed on all these different fronts, and that's a lot to manage. So it looks like we're probably going to get a bit of a stalled gain. Peace right here can be taken out. Petrov is still just going for all the cities and all of the freaking pop. And I don't know how that's going to pay off in the long run. I mean, yeah, that's kind of interesting too. And he's keeping, he hasn't gone after these other people. So I guess we're just going to see a classic kind of open front stalled game. Titone, I don't know what happened to all his troops here. I don't know if he's fighting the Vinci No Limits dude. I mean, one thing he could do if he does want to fight him, but he probably wants the Merv so he doesn't die. Because Petrov can one-shot whoever he wants. And if I was him, I'd probably be trying to, like, clear these people. If they don't have a Merv, I mean, I'd leave high here. I'd leave high because I feel like that's helpful. But Titone, he's going to get up to that point. So I think we're going to go up to max speed. And we'll see when one of these guys decides to blink. Because UN Peace, oh, there's a hit on Peace. So I don't know if they blew themselves up or something like that. I'd definitely be going and trying to take that territory. And Petrov is just getting scarier and scarier and scarier with all these cities. I mean, you see these insane networks right here that all of Titone's trains, they're getting like this far into his base. And that's just like madness in many ways. Like he's got 300 cities and Exit hasn't invested as much. So, I mean, I'm going to increase this. Oh, it looks like a mitochondria is going to go down, which is going to give Exit a little bit of an advantage there. I'm honestly kind of curious this game, how the Merv hit when we do see Mervs, how much Petrov has in terms of pop at the end of this, because he's going to lose a ton. And he can technically like one-shot some people. But Exit has so much that like, I mean, double or triple Merv could do a lot of damage. And it's also interesting, this is only 20 minutes in a game. So I think that's kind of the things with kind of accelerated endgames. I'd probably get up like a level 6 Sam in the back, and I do like this idea. I don't know if Exit technically has a better bunker. I do like that as a bunker against Petrov, but it can be sniped, but he probably has no good solution whatsoever. So I think I'm going to put this back up to max speed. I'm just going to kind of wait until we see some movement. Petrov's continuing to do cities. Super stalled, very tough to make a move. Peace right here, the only thing I'd say about Peace is that, you know, like a Hydro on him and a push could do a lot of damage because he doesn't have Merv, but everyone else does. And this is the kind of problem of these games, that I don't think there's always a good decision, but we can kind of look at this from Petrov's perspective that, you know, he could try to wait for an alliance timer end. And if I was him, I would be putting up a lot of cities and or a lot of missile silos just to kind of prepare for like pushes from some other people. I would be a little concerned about this dude too. Some missile silos here, like a quick Hydro could totally clip out this guy's troops. And I think in terms of best bunker, if I was Petrov, I'd probably bunker this, but he's already kind of committed to this area. I just like this because it's one other step for people to get. Like it is closer to Titone, but you could just put a bunch of warships around there and basically be good. But he's going to stick with what he's got. So I guess we'll go back up to max speed and we'll see what these guys kind of do with this and who wants to be the first person to pull the trigger. Because Peace was vulnerable at one point. But I think the kind of meta of continuing to get up cities is interesting. But I don't like not having a Merv. I think not having a Merv is not a good call. I think it's really dangerous because Mervs can basically get rid of all this pop almost instantly. But that's still what I'm curious about. I'm really interested in Petrov's idea of just going straight cities, and what that's going to mean when he does get hit by a Merv. And it might actually pay off. Like, actually, I don't know. I don't think there's any good choice. So this is my kind of critique of Open Front in a lot of ways. I don't feel like these games, like at this point, like I get you bunker, I get you build your economy. I feel like if you move first, you die. And I don't know what the solution is. Like, I don't know if a good solution is you just build up so much that you're Merv proof. And then you can just be like, okay. But Merv proofing is a lot. And you also got to consider that, like, putting that much money into Sams that can be stolen might not be as good as just having, like, the freaking Mervs. So we're just gonna wait. I might actually put this up to super speed if we don't see anything kind of soon, because it's not really that interesting just watching Petrov put down cities, exit, kind of bunker the top left, and everyone else doing God knows what. The thing I would say with, like, T-Tone is if you look down in the south, I would have him basically be bunkering an island. Petrov's putting up some other stuff, too, which is kind of interesting. Oh, we've got to move. Okay, so we've got Petrov moving on T-Tone, and this is going to be the game. He's got 10 mil into this, and he can probably clear most of this. All right, so Mervs are coming in. Big decision for exit. And the interesting thing with Petrov, he has so much pop still from all of this. He's still got 5 mil, but it's probably not good enough. Yeah, those Mervs are now doing enough damage. He got hit by 3 of them. And this is the kind of critique, that he had, like, hundreds of cities, but he probably didn't bunker well enough. And you need a better bunker in these type of games. So that is the consequence of actually making a move, and he's gained nothing from it, because all these people can instantly destroy each other. So it looks like people are being kind of rats, like Hi's doing that. Exit doesn't want to move either. Oh, and rest in peace, UN Peace has left the game. So, I mean, anyone should be going and taking that. He's got 200 cities. If you get wherever his bunker is, you're going to be good. Oh, and Vincenzo Limit has also left the game. So I don't totally understand what happens with that. I'm probably going to speed this up again just until we get a little bit more. Okay. So exit waits until alliance expires with Petrov. Petrov does not have enough for Merv, or is he? Oh, no. Oh yeah, it is a push. Okay. So this is, we've got new leader, slowly getting rid of Petrov. What is even this right here? Petrov, I feel like, has just obsessed over this guy, man. That's kind of crazy, dude. That's kind of crazy. Oh, and we got a Merv. It looks like Venetia Limits is going to go for that. So that's going to take out most. How much is Exit's bunker affected? It looks like he's still pretty solid. He's got a 400 city stack up here. If I was UN Peace, if he is in the game, maybe he just lagged. I try to get as close as I can to all this. All right, so we're seeing some of the madness. Pizza Girl is getting hit. It doesn't look like they're responding in time. And here's another Merv on Peace. We will see what happens with that. If Petrov gets all this, I don't know if he got Pizza Girl. Pizza Girl is still on the map somewhere. They're just trying to escape right here. I think Pizza Girl is pretty much done whenever that attack just runs out. Yeah, it pretty much is. Oh, Pizza Girl's right here. So that's a big part of this. And, all right, so now we've got another push here. Exit's actually blown all of their cash. So I think they're totally dead. And I think some of these people who have survived, like Pizza Girl, the fact that Petrov is not going to finish this is just going to ruin his world. These people who've survived with just more cash on hand, I think they're going to do better. And I think this shows some of the things about, like, moving first is not the best plan. So Exit loses almost everything. He keeps his city stack, and that actually needed to be probably protected a bit more. He's actually got 2 of these. This one isn't as strong, though. And one of the things that happens in these games is once you get these attacks, your economy just really, really goes downhill. So we're probably seeing some alliances. T-Tone still survived. He definitely has vendetta against this guy. And Exit is now trying to attack this. And who's getting merved? Everyone's just being merved once again. Petrov reset. He's got 80 cities. I feel like whoever's going to win this game with all these mervs coming down, I bet it's going to depend on, like, getting this city stack. Because if we look at the cities, like Vincent No Limits, he's going to keep on rolling out here. Hi, the, like, mitochondria guys at that point. Petrov's just still totally cooked. So we'll keep on speeding this up. I'm not sure how I feel about these games with the meta. Like, it might be interesting to play in some regards, but it also just seems silly, like, how everyone can destroy everyone. And I feel like the thing of no good choices kind of sucks. Like, it'll be interesting if Hi wins, because they were just a mitochondria. Still people just probably, like, deciding, oh, like, that we don't want more fights, but Exit's pushing Vince No Limits. And he's got 1.6 million. Vince needs to fire a Merv immediately, because if he doesn't do that, he's just gonna lose his whole base. Not sure about that unless he quit. A lot of people in these games tend to quit, and I still like Exit a lot because they have a really good base here, and I'm guessing, well, UN Peace is still here too. Okay, so Vince, don't tell me he's just trying to overwhelm this. Okay. So this is a big deal. Let's see if this actually takes out this stuff, because if you have more SAMs, sometimes you can overwhelm these. Oh, he got it. He got it. That is a huge deal. That guy just lost like hundreds of cities, but I feel like he should have merved at the same time. Yeah, I don't get that. Well, I mean, we're gonna keep on going. I'm gonna keep on going up the speed a little bit. So High, original mitochondria, is now making a name for themselves in the game. Most people, like Exit's got a little bit bigger of a city stack because Vince basically just didn't allow that. Like, he didn't do the one thing he could do to get it stopped. So let's keep accelerating this stuff and see what happens. I mean, I feel like kind of the situation at hand, Petrov's got a lot of gold, which is very good. If I was him, I would be bunkering this corner back here and like trying to take irradiated land on this front, because I feel like that's very important. And it's pretty much like UN Peace, they've left, so they're no longer that much of a player. It's probably going to come down to the next fight, and this is how I feel like so many of these endgames go, that it's like you have all these, like, people fire stuff off, there's no good choice, and then you just go to these points of taking irradiated land. The thing I'll say is people like High need to be very careful, because they're so low on troops that, like, if these alliances expire, it's gonna be cooked. Like, this guy can get one shot. And Petrov's really close to this kind of central area, and the fact that High does not have a Merv means there's no real deterrence with this. Exit does have the lead, but Petrov's doing the same damn thing again, that he's putting all his stuff into cities, and I don't know where he's putting them. Okay, so he's putting them here. I don't think that's a good choice. I think he should be putting them in the bottom corner on the left, because I think that is absolutely the best bunker. So I think I'm probably going to go up to super speed again, just until we get the kind of definitive final fight, that people are going to get some trade with each other, potentially like Petrov and High. They need to get up to have Mervs. Like, all these people need Mervs to have a chance at this point, and we will see what goes on with this. All right, so we've got a betrayal right here that Petrov is now going in for Exit, and this is the threat of his type of ability. And I think Exit needed to have a Merv closer to the top of the map, and the fact that Hyde is not responding, that kind of disappoints me in a lot of regards. I mean, the Merv, maybe he's waiting for the Merv to go in. Petrov has like 2 mil in this attack. Oh my god, is High going to win this? High maybe time this to absolute perfection. They have the Merv, Exit has this. The freaking mitochondria is gonna win. Oh, that's actually hysterical. I mean, Exit, if he wants to survive, he has to Merv. But this is the type of difficulty of these stalled endgames that you can't really... Like, I feel like there's not good choices. So Exit is putting in a Merv right here. Which may... Oh no, he's putting it in on Petrov because he really hated the push. He really hated the push. So I guess the mitochondria is probably gonna win. I shouldn't count the eggs before they hatch. Oh, they do win. Well, GG's, that was an interesting one. Let me know if you have any games to submit, like you have any questions or an epic one, and we'll see if this continues.